the great Southern University music department. Well, you got your, my bad, you got your music degree from Suno. I know, my bad. I'm sorry.
So by anything, so if you don't know who I am, Mr. Johnnie Van Buren, band director at Abramson Academy, a proud alumni of Mount Abramson Senior High School class of 2001. Also, Southern University, 2006 I graduated. 2006 I graduated Southern University. This is my.
You ain't graduate from no Southern.
Well, just because you saw me on the block didn't mean I graduated. I mean people were shocked that I graduated. Though. That was, that's cool.
Nah, I'm just picking that. But first of all, man, hold on, I did something. First of all,
how can I share this? Can I share this? I gotta go to your YouTube channel and
yeah, like once the live over, I'm gonna share it on Facebook so you can share it.
Okay.
All right, Johnny, bro. I know
you got some. First of all,
hold on. We got the last person in. Hold up. Brandon just hopped in. Perfect timing, bro.
Ricky, why you shining so much? That's that light. That fucking light is hot.
Ricky, man, that boy on you already, boy.
That light right there. That's a bright light, boy. That's about 200 watts.
Nigga, I'm shining because this bitch
Brandon, what up,
300, 400 degrees.
What's down, fellas? How y'all doing, fellas?
Cool, man. What up?
Happy birthday, B. Kelley.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank y'all, fellas. I appreciate y'all, brothers. Appreciate y'all.
AD just
happy birthday, B. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you, Ricky, brother. Thank you, brother.
Man,
appreciate y'all, man. I can't drink right now, man.
Look,
man.
I bring the party to the city.
Oh, that cheap liquor. That's cheap liquor right there. You want some real stuff? Hold on, let me get some real stuff for you. Let me get some real
This nigga say cheap. Nigga, you only thing cheap is the sound you producing at Abramson, nigga.
Oh man.
Oh damn.
Ricky, bro. It's too early, man. It's too early, bro. Brandon, man. Say Brandon, bro. For the people out there who don't know who you are, man, give a little intro of yourself, bro.
Well, I am DB Kelley. You know, I went to Sarah T. Reed from 2001 to 2005, and I went to the Miles College, PMM Purple Multi Machine. I am the band director at Schaumburg Elementary now, and the assistant band director at Sarah T. Reed again. So, for y'all who know about Reed, Reed is back, baby. Reed is back.
Hey, shout out to Reed, shout out to Miles. Ricky, man, I know you got some questions to ask, bro. Go ahead and get your questions out first, bro.
Man, you know, I really don't. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I've been in here working all day. I'm not prepared.
Man, ask those questions, not make excuses. Everybody been working all day. I gotta work all day tomorrow.
Okay. First question. Johnny, when you get a new group of incoming freshmen, man, they sell that at the liquor store for two for $6 down here, bro.
For real? I need to come out there then.
No, stay. We don't want you on our sidewalks.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But no, like for real, Johnny. You know, me and you talk a lot of shit, and we call each other batches and hoes and all kind of shit. But I'm gonna say this here, and to shout out to you, Brandon, from going back to your alma mater. It's nothing I would love to see than a student of the game go back to where they sat in their first 9th grade chair and go back and be the director at assistant band director at their alma mater, at the helm that made them go into college and go back and build a program. You know, Johnny, you know, like me and you always talk, like I tell you all the time. You got a mentality. I'm gonna be louder than everybody. I'm gonna crank on everybody. And when people see Abe, they know you're gonna cut it and bring the drum. But you know, overall, I like what you're doing at Abe. You know, you getting kids to college, you getting kids off the street. No matter what, man, you might say about the battles and all that, I applaud you for the job you're doing in the East. And you know, the East don't have as much as funding that Uptown and everybody else have, because the East, y'all like on y'all own their island. How do you know? I know I used to stay off a bullet. You know what I'm saying? So the thing that y'all doing at Reed, Brandon Kelley just said he the new assistant at Reed. Abe, Livingston, that's 3 high schools on the island by themselves. It's really nothing, back there. And I just want to commend both of y'all for taking care of home. You know what I'm saying? And Johnny, my first question to you is, how did it feel going from Nelson to your alma mater? How was it? What was the feeling when you got offered that position?
Actually, when I got offered that position, I really didn't want it. To be real with you, because you got to realize, I look at Abe as, because when I first was offered the job, it was going to start being Abramson Science Academy. In my mind, I still had the mentality of that I should be married Abramson Senior High School, because that's where I came from. So, and I was really like, I had it good at Nelson. So to start a new band program from scratch, to start a new situation, all of that, like when I was like offered a job, I was like, I didn't want to take it. And then I had like some bad experience dealing with like Caucasians at one of my previous schools. I had bad experience, and when I first went to do my interview, I kind of had that feeling come back. So I really wasn't gonna take the job. After I thought about it and everything, I talked to the Lord. You have to talk to the Lord in those situations, man. Ricky, you need to learn about the Lord, and he gonna show you the right way to go, son. But look, I talked to the Lord, man, and a lot of alumni was pushing me to do it. And it was the start of Aid coming back. Just the start of Aid coming back. And I'm happy that I made this choice. I would have, now that I look at it, I probably would have been a fool if I didn't take the job. You know what I'm saying? But at first I really wasn't gonna take the job.
Why?
Because of all the reasons I just said. Like I just had something like in New Orleans, I feel as though, and maybe Brandon Kelley could attest to this. Sometimes it's not about the school you at, it's about the administration you under.
Yeah, I served as assistant band director at Lake Charles and Washington, Maryland, in Lake Charles. And my cousin, she's the head director. And I know exactly what you're going through when you say administration. Everything you want to do, you're doing it for the sake of the kids. But the other people don't see what you have in your heart for the kids. Only thing they understand is y'all can't go to this place. Y'all can't go to this place. They'll tell they tell us we can't go to a parade up in Beaumont, but we can go to a parade in South Lake Charles. We want to go perform for we get invites too. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So your administration could be the holdback key to the band program going forward, being successful. It just then sometimes it's all about the structure of the band director. You could be at a place to where you want to do so much, but then you be mad at the world. But why you mad at the world? All you have to do is just be who you gonna be. Don't let nobody tell you, Johnny, you can't do this at 8. Brandon, you can't do this at Reed. You know what I'm saying? When you face those oppositions of the administration, you got to pull back and sit back and call your mentor. Like you say, you got mentors in the game. Listen, man, my administration doing this. Every time I throw a good seed, they throw 12 bad rocks, and it's hurt me. I don't want to lead the kids. I want to see I want to see my program grow to where I know it to grow to be a top contender. But my bad, y'all. People call it Johnny. Sometimes you can have the perfect plan for your program, but your principal not a music teacher, not in music. Fan of band, and that could hamper your program from growing the way you're going to, because they'll hold up your band classes.
I think also with that's why I say like administration is not like sometimes, like I say, it's not about what school you got. It's about the administration you under, because if I feel like I wouldn't take a job if I feel like the administration wouldn't have my back. So saying that about Abe is that I went into Abe knowing I was alumni and I had alumni behind my back. So if I did push like another way, I know the alumni was gonna have my back. My first year, it was like I was fighting some battles that I had to like really tell people about, like tell them like, look, I came here to do a job and I'm gonna do this job. Let me do what I do and you're gonna see the results. And sometimes you just have to have that mentality, and they saw the results within that 1 year. The first couple of months, they saw the results. They saw kids taking an interest in music. They saw kids like really doing better in school because they was in music. They was under the direction of a band director. You know what I'm saying? And they have somebody in a school that's holding them accountable. Not trying to be
They
I'm gonna
friend.
get away with that. Somebody holding you accountable, like you better get your mind right. If not, you're gonna have to come see me. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yeah. And then another thing too, Johnny, when you in situations, they don't realize as a director or an assistant director, it's more than music that you're a daddy. You have to be a mama sometimes. Hold on, yeah.
Brandon, man, you still there, huh?
Yeah, I'm right here. I was pressing mute because my daughter keeps screaming, "Daddy."
Oh, all right, my bad. Yeah, we didn't want to leave you out, bro. But
Oh, it's all good. You know, I'm just waiting on my turn, bro. Just waiting on my turn. It's all good.
What you were saying, Johnny, bro?
I said 8 people supposed to go first anyway, so that's just tradition. That Abramson people go before Reed people, so that's what it is. So he just respecting the tradition of the Abe and Reed rivalry.
Man, I got a question, bro.
Okay,
that's how bad is the Abe and the Reed hate, bro? How deep is it, Johnny, bro?
how deep? Hey, bro, let me tell y'all something. Abe and Reed is like the Saints and the Falcons.
Ooh.
Like I'm just gonna actually be real. Like if we didn't get, we could lose all the games as long as we didn't lose to Reed.
Mm-hmm.
That's how deep that rivalry is. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how deep that rivalry is. Like, it's like on a scale of like Michigan, Ohio State, like stuff like that. But it's the battle of the East. Like nobody, people would, if you're not from the East and you ain't really living in the East,
you wouldn't know.
You're not gonna understand that rivalry. That's why when people was like last night was on the show, people were saying stuff, you ain't gonna understand that rivalry. So all the pettiness and all that stuff is a part of the rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been times Reed went on a field and made a mockery of Abe vice versa did some mockery stuff back. You know what I'm saying? It's just a rivalry. It's like on a scale of Jackson State and Southern, man. It's a rivalry like that.
Yeah, people got to understand that.
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, like we're reading Abe, it basically was like the Saints and the Falcons, like we don't really care about everybody else as long as we beat the Falcons, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I be feeling what Johnny be coming from. A lot of people like discredit Johnny, but I don't watch Johnny for a long time, and I've known Johnny for a long time. We even play in the same brass band together. A lot of people don't know that. Mm-hmm. Me and Johnny play in the same brass band together. We always argue about Reed and Abe, and it's all love. Like me and Johnny was on the phone at about 8 o'clock this morning, dog. Mm-hmm. Like it's all love, dog. Like I roll with Johnny. I roll with all the band directors. If you're a band director, I respect you to the fullest, because a lot of people that's looking outside in, you really don't know what's going on. You just see what you see, but you don't really know what's going on in that program. Because like when I was at Eisenhower, I had the whole school against me. Like I had the administration against me. They didn't want us to do no night parades. They didn't want us to do battle of the bands, like talking about it. And it was bad, man, because I ain't had no support. But when I got to Renew Sci Tech with Tanera Moe, everything totally changed. Like, they let us do what we're supposed to do, and they don't come in the way of the band director. Whatever the band director say goes. And that's really how it's supposed to be. Like at Renew, I was able to just order the buses and just go wherever we wanted to and tell the principal, oh yeah, I ordered the buses, we going this such and such. And the principal just say, okay. So it really depends on where you're at with these band directors. They got a lot of band directors that don't have support. And that speaks for their program, because if you don't have the support from them, you damn sure ain't gonna have the support from your parents and students,
Right.
Yeah. The thing that hurts the most when you're not in tune with what goes on in the African American community with bands, man, it hurts the kids.
Program because if you don't have, yeah, it hurts the kids for sure because a lot of kids don't really know the background of what be going on, man. Like when all that type of stuff going on, you try your best to still smile for the kids. You know, you don't be wanting to sit there looking disgusted and all that because that transferred to your students. So
Yeah.
you know, like a lot of time, bro, we just roll with the punches on the fact that we love what we do and we love the kids, you know. So
And to be honest with you, man, being from Baton Rouge and living in New Orleans, I got a chance to come around a lot of schools and see the work ethic. Like only thing, like I tell, like people are always trying to compare Baton Rouge to New Orleans bands, and you really
man,
can't.
it's totally different.
You know, you really can't compare because at the end of the day, we have football fields, parking lots. We have everything we need to go on the field. And like the argument could be, oh, well, we go on the field every week. Y'all just worry about the stands. And, you know, which that is an argument, which that can be solidified. But at the end of the day, it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people say, oh, well, New Orleans is the Mecca. New Orleans is the Mecca. They didn't have schools that battle New Orleans schools and outdo New Orleans. The thing where people and the thing where people got to understand is you can't outdo what New Orleans do.
What? What you say, Ricky?
Hold on, Johnny, bro. Let him finish, bro. Hold up. Go ahead, Rick.
He heard what I said.
So if one band come to New Orleans and get one victory, that's
no, that ain't what I'm saying, Johnny.
Well, you need to explain it. Explain it better than what you're explaining because you're not really coming across right. So I need to understand what you're saying because what it sounds like you said, tell me what you said. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Thank you. Okay, keep on.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna argue with you on the show. What I'm saying, like you know, bro, say if Skylandville was to come down here, come to the city and battle, just say somebody like Livingston, and Iron have Livingston the L. First thing people gonna say, oh, them first year programs. Well, people don't realize a lot of schools that come in town in New Orleans hammer their ass, be on the first year band on record. It's not people's fault that they line up and battle certain schools. You know, like if I'm at a first year program.
Oh, well, let me shut up. So what you're telling me is, let me say this, and Livingston is a brand new program from scratch.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying Livingston.
Let me say this, Ricky. So you telling me that Skylandville will feel good to get an L or get a win over a first year from scratch program, dog?
No, I'm not saying that. That's how the band world will look at it. Oh, they did this, they did it. So all right.
So what happen from now on? Anybody that come to the city, and we know that they're picking on like some of the bands that's just like starting. If I find out, we're going to tag team you from other cities, and we're going to demolish you.
So what you saying is,
I am my brother's keeper. That's what I'm saying.
Well, listen to this here, Brandon.
Yo.
He's one of those arrogant assholes out the city.
I'm just keeping it real, Lou. That's real. If you come
that man Johnny be great, man.
If you trying to come down here to get a win, and like Skylandville is an elite program, they shouldn't even be in a sense trying to battle Livingston.
No, I'm just saying. No, you know how some schools will come down here and like old boy from Beaumont Central, Mark is like in a rebuilding state. Like they took two programs and put them together. Yeah. He's trying to teach two different styles. Like he got two different sides of the world in Beaumont that they put together. So he's trying to get everybody on the same accord, two different band directors from two different areas. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're just like they come together and throw Reed and McMain together. That's gonna be hard getting a director to come teach both different styles. You from the same city, but it's two different styles of teaching. You get what I'm saying? And like when you judge battles, you can't have a biased ear. Because when you hear a lot of people battling, you first thing you hear, oh, they got them. But then my question be, are you talking about from the sound situation or the volume situation or music technicality or musicianship? What are you judging it on? Because I done heard a lot of people say, oh, Talladega got Southern, then they come back when they're under the bridge around everybody. Nah, man, Southern got Talladega. I hear flip-flop, you know what I'm saying? Decisions in battle. If I say a band got somebody, that's because I'm listening for what I'm listening for.
Mhm.
And you know, like Johnny, I could talk to you about music. Brandon, I could talk to you about musicianship. Why y'all have sat in front of a band and taught a score of music. A lot of people that always down in band programs, always got something to say about band program, cannot sit in front of a band and teach a full score of music
Let me ask you this,
correctly.
What you
That's
consider?
facts. That's real.
You consider, because this is what I always wonder about people, as far as band heads, as far as people when they have opinions about bands. What do you consider a band? How can I ask you this question? What do you consider a good band? Like if you was in a band battle, what are you listening for from a band? Because a lot of people. Let me shut up. But go ahead. I want you to answer that.
No, go ahead. What you say?
I want you to answer. When you listen to a band battle, what are you listening for to decide the factor of who won that battle?
A lot, bro. Balance, tone, articulation.
Like being like Johnny. Being like me and you was on the yard together, which I did not march in Southern Band, but I grew up on fifth quarters being like drill songs. You get what I'm saying? Like I was used to band like Johnny, your book, for example. You got rap tunes, but when you battle somebody, you bring out Boogie Wonderland. What's that other song you played? It was a four. You played a lot of in your face music, like with rhythms, run. Like a lot of people got to realize when they playing rap tunes, the average rap tune is 8 fucking measures with 2-3 loops. You know what I'm saying? You can't. I don't want to come. I don't want to be at a band battle, and I know you got drill tunes. And somebody say like Johnny, you battle somebody, and you hit them with drill tunes like power tunes, and you execute your music to the T. But this person plays a lot of rap tunes, and that's what the crowd want to hear. I'm gonna give you the W because you play more musicality. You're gonna get the W on musicianship and musicality, not on rap tunes. You know, rap tunes is for the stands, not battles, man.
Yeah, more complex music. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I also think, I'm happy you're saying that, because I think a lot of people don't think they judge battles on that, like what you just said. A lot of people judge battles on if they like that song.
A lot of people judge battles on friendships.
And I'm gonna tell you this too.
And popularity.
Southern University, if you know the history of Southern University made songs that you never heard of pop like great. Like yeah. I know, I think Mr. Knighton wrote I'm Real.
Mm-hmm.
I have never in my life heard that song I'm Real until Southern played that song. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up in an era whereas it was songs that wasn't popular, but that band made that song popular. Like right. Even like Murphy Law, like song like Murphy Law, like I don't think it was like popular, but bands made Murphy Law popular.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So even I want to know.
I want to know.
Yeah, that's another.
You know, it's things, Johnny, like bro, it's like people judge. Oh, that's my friend Johnny, my boy. Johnny them got that. That's my boy. Like,
don't have
like
friends.
You know what I'm saying? They bias. Like people are biased. Like you know, bro. And I'm gonna be honest. When I hear a lot of out of town bands say, "Oh man, we got them city bands, we got them Louisiana bands at this event," I'd be like, "Shit." Even with Southern J State, I was on the 50-yard line on the field. Them dudes played Lions, Tigers, and Bears. That shit was like, oh my. And only thing them dudes from J State was saying on the 50-yard line in the middle of the field, dog team. I say, nigga, this ain't no sectional. This is the 5th quarter. Do y'all not understand? Y'all, like, Johnny, when you hear Southern and J State, there are no room for error in musicianship. It's no
True.
era because that is the sonic boom versus the human jukebox. It's no music. It's no era in the music that you should play because once you look at even at Crank Fest when Southern messed up, J State messed up, people started accepting eras in college programs. And when the crowd started accepting musicianship and era and the college band playing songs, you got to accept it on the high school and middle school level. You cannot critique the high school harder than you critique the university, which teaches those directors to trickle down the education to the high school and the middle school program. You feel what you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
people ask me.
That's facts. That's facts,
You
bro.
know,
We got a
you know what I'm
question in
saying?
the comments,
People
y'all.
ask me, Ricky, what did you think about J-State 2016 year? They lost because they messed that song or what it was. Father, I Stretch My Hand to Thee.
Yeah.
Then the next year, Southern came back and messed up what song? Memoirs of Tours.
I think it was Tours.
In 17, that's the year Jackson State came there and played in the pocket and they played Versace on the floor. They stayed J-State. They kept their identity to J-State. And they got that battle of me because they had more discipline in musicianship. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Johnny.
J-State got that battle?
Huh?
You say J-State got that battle when they played Versace on the floor in the gym? That what you talking about? When it was in the gym?
No, that's 2014. Southern hammered the shit out them. No. I'm talking about at Tag.
You talking about 17?
When they played, that was a nice arrangement.
And the thing is, man, you got to, like, a lot of people want to say, oh man, Abe ain't do this, Abe ain't do this, Abe ain't do that, Abe ain't do this. Let me tell you something, Johnny. How long you been at Abe?
It's gonna be going into my 5th year.
Your 5th year. You're being talked about
Damn,
among
you been
great
there 5 years?
fans across the country. People know who Abe is.
Man, see the thing about when people judge bands, before Abe even blew a Know That Carver, which was the best battle of the year, before Abe even blew a Know That Carver, everybody already thought that Abe lost already. You know what I'm saying? On the strength. I'm not saying that Carver not good. Carver is very good. But on the strength that French is there, everybody already thought, oh, Abe lost. Because people like who they like instead of judging the battle off of really how it go. Which I think that was an awesome battle.
It was that. Now that battle was the best battle of the parade season.
Thanks.
Because they gave you 40 drill songs, 40 rap tunes. They played different songs. And the thing about Johnny and Eric French, they have their own band identity. They're not trying to be like nobody else. They're in a league of their own. When you see Abe, you're gonna get Abe. When you see French, you're gonna see Carl. You get what I'm saying? They ain't trying to be like nobody. And like the thing that hurts a lot of band programs, not just New Orleans, not just Baton Rouge, but across the country, they try to play college arrangements. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Why you think a lot of these bands, Johnny and Brandon, play only the intro to who do I turn to? Jump, down, 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 down. Because they kids can't have that. Down, 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 them kids can't have that kind of musicianship.
I don't agree with that because I feel where you're coming from, but I don't agree with that because at Side Tech Academy, where I just left to go to Schaumburg, we were playing real music, man. We were playing Skin on Men.
Yeah, but it was toned down to fit the band.
Yeah, that's true.
It was toned down to Brandon, let me show you something, Brandon. Like a lot of people, they'll do this here. Let me show you. Let me go to my damn phone.
Shout out to Trent.
Let me tell you this right quick. Let me say this. When I was in school, I feel as though arrangements were a little easier for high school. I think what makes the college arrangements different in this era is the range of the music. Whereas, like, I'm gonna give you an example. A lot of the songs that we played in my high school days, one of the strongest key that I know when in high school was F concert. You know, G's on baritone, like C's on mellophone. Those was like the strongest. That was your strongest note. Yeah. Whereas in this era, like it's concert B flat. That's real high. So the safest thing, what I noticed being a band director for my band can play a college arrangement, but the safest thing to do for my whole band to be playing is to play what they can play.
Yeah.
That's why I play. If you ever heard of, like when you play Never Knew a Love Like This, that is a safe song for a high school to play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what you have to find is the safest way to find a song that has some kind of musicality in it to fit your band.
Yeah. Like
Right.
a lot of people tries. I think a lot of people hit songs in summer band and be like, oh, I could play that. But you cannot take Moonlight and songs like that and put it in front of the average high school. Those are grown men on them horns in New Orleans All-Star Band. Like, you can't get that music out one week and expect for it to be full season. That take 2 or 3 weeks for these, because first is because band directors don't have kids in their classroom to teach the fundamentals like they need to. You get what I'm saying? Like, Johnny, how many band classes you have over there?
My band class straight now.
Oh, no, I'm just saying you got.
I have, so the way my classes are structured now is like, I have my beginners and intermediate have to be together. That's the way they had to be. I have a percussion class, and I have an advanced band class.
So you got the old school structure.
I don't like the way my beginners and intermediate have to be in one class, but I deal with that because I have the advanced and I have the percussion class. But I over exaggerate to my administration about stuff. So like, that's why.
But you know, that's good that you have that, because you could pass out a song and go over it in the class, and then they could, on PE or their lunch break, they could get the music. And if I not read a part that you don't understand, we can go grab lunch and sit at the table and go over it together. You get what I'm saying?
I don't really in class. I don't really play marching. I don't really play marching band music in class.
Oh, so you go over you use the method book and stuff.
The only time I might do that if I want them to try to sight read.
Okay.
If I have a piece, like I say, look, sight read this. I want to see how far you can go. Go down. But when it comes down, I come under Mr. Foy, and he didn't believe to teach kids like marching band music in class.
Okay.
It's concert band, that's different, concert band and all that stuff. But when it came out of March, he just never. I guess that's one of the things I learned from him. I don't know why, but I mean, I just feel like kids need to learn like the fundamentals at some point. Blowing loud all the time is not.
Hey man, fundamentals are very important, dog. Like I love to teach the scales and teach students the range of their horn. See, I don't like all that high ass shit on F horn, dog, and baritone. Like, man, them niggas be hitting fucking D's and E's and shit. I'll be like, man, why? Like, that shit be so thin. That shit thin your band all the way out. Niggas trying to play that shit way up there when they could play that shit right in the meat of the horn and be nice and full. Like, I don't like. I like the new way of arranging, but I don't at the same time because I feel like it's too much.
It hurt the opportunity of the band.
Right, like, man, that don't be cool with when them F on. You might well play trumpet if you gonna get way up there. Play trumpet. You know what I'm saying? Right. The fucking tubas be going over B flat. B flat really too high for a fucking tuba. You might as well get on trombone or baritone. Like a lot of that shit. Like, I love it, but at the end of the day, like for my program, I wouldn't do nothing like that because I feel like that's taken away from your program when your horns go that high, because it's really not intended for the horn. Period. Like, that's not made for the horn.
Yeah, man. And Johnny, what are some methods that you actually use in like starting a new kid on an instrument? What's your fundamental and what's your foundation that you go to? Brandon, you can answer that too.
Hey, bro. I started under Mr. Darrell Dickerson at Atwood Livingston Middle School. When I tell you I did not touch a horn, I had to blow on that saxophone mouthpiece for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks before I touched the instrument. Bro, understanding how a kid to breathe, and understanding them how to like to blow to get a decent sound out is very important early on. Sometimes as band directors, you have to get in that rushing stage, and a kid should still be trying to learn how to just get a sound out of that mouthpiece. They should be trying to learn how to get a sound out of that mouthpiece. Sometimes, especially in high school, when you get beginners, you got to worry about football season. You be rushing, but at the end of the day, that kid needs to be focusing on trying to get a decent sound out of that mouthpiece. Once they get a decent mouthpiece, they can get a decent sound out of that home. I had assistant one of my assistants here, we'll get a song out of, he used to do this, and I used to tell him, a kid to get his time, they'd be like, all right, let's get the book. And I was like, man, let's hold off when we got time with this kid. Let's still work on the sound, because I can still hear that sound
that stuttering.
So when you playing, like when you get that book, that shit still sounds like bad. You know what I'm saying? So getting that tone, like getting like that right
tonation quality.
Yeah, like that really is the key. Like I just started a 3-band program from scratch, and people like when I was at college prep, they never had a program. When I was at Nelson, they never had a program. When I was at A, they never had a program when I got there. So when I'm telling you this, because one of the things I focus on was long tones for a whole month. Like we really practice long tones for a whole month before we learn anything else. And while I'm teaching them long tones, I'm gradually going up the scale. Like for a whole month, we not moving until you learn that scale, and then I'm starting to hear a different sound that you develop. If not, we're gonna be on this. We're gonna be on this for a minute. You know.
Okay.
And then after that, you gonna realize when you start passing out little simple songs for your kids when they're that young, you're gonna start realizing that damn, they starting to like really progress. They're gonna start developing like the articulation factor. They're gonna start once you teaching them how to read and they're in the method books, it sounds much better. Like much better, and then you can move a little faster because
it produces the method book actually produce the quality you're looking for when it's taught and structured right.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't realize what long tones and slur methods would do for your band.
Yeah. And chorales. Chorales would do a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? The simplest chorale can do a whole lot for your band.
All right, Brandon, your turn.
So what I do when I'm starting a beginner, I like to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I make them buzz on the mouthpiece for the first 3 weeks at least, just so they could get the tone, like y'all was just saying, so they could get the tone. But at the end of the day, I put on some of their favorite instrumentals, like they like to listen to NBA Youngboy and stuff like that. I put on their instrumentals, and they clapping during the instrumentals. I show them how to clap the rhythms. So I use full advantage of the internet, because that's what the kids like anyway. So I take full advantage of the internet. I put on one of those songs on YouTube, and they gonna clap the rhythm because they like it. So I keep them engaged because they're actually doing something that they like. So that's how I do that. And when they finally do get the tone, I go 2 notes a week. You know what I'm saying? Because before you know it, it's only 8 notes. You know, well, it's 12 notes really, but it's really only 8 notes that you really gonna really like play. So I really like go 2 notes a week. You know, working up the scale. I go 2 notes a week. So by the time that 4th week hit, them kids know the B flat scale at the bottom. You know, like it's second nature. And then I work with other scales. You know, like I got a student that's coming to Johnnie right now that knows all 12 majors and minors on trombone from Side Tech Academy. He's coming to Johnnie this year. And like I told Johnnie could put him on 1st, 2nd, or 3rd trombone. And he's reading out the Auburn book. You know, like I had him in the Auburn book. So, and a lot of people be so biased, man. Like, they be like, oh, middle school shouldn't be doing this. Middle school shouldn't be doing that. But when I posted the player plan from the Auburn book, it was crickets in there. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wasn't saying nothing. Nobody wasn't liking it. Nobody wasn't saying good job. Nobody wasn't saying nothing because on the strength that I'm not one of the people who everybody like because I don't fuck with everybody. I don't deal with everybody like that. I only have a selected few. I love everybody, but I don't be all buddy and shit like that. You know? So they don't fuck with me how they fuck with Kenneth and Barrel and people like that because I really don't I don't do that buddy shit. You know what I'm saying? I really like do my job. I'm here for the kids, and that's all that matters to me. You know, the kids is the first thing and the last thing I'm worried about. And like I said, I respect Johnny Methods to the fullest because Johnny really started 3 programs. Johnny started 3 programs and from scratch. You know, like he started 3 programs, and I don't really know nobody that can say that besides Rawlins, Big Rawlins. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, Brandon, I lost touch with Johnny from college years. When I got back in touch with Johnny, I saw him at Nelson. The year he blew at McMain.
Right.
And Johnny, I told him, right? And get what I told him?
Johnny on his way to being the GOAT, dog. Johnny gonna be one of those legends out here because he actually puts in the work. He puts in the work and he understands this generation.
Right.
Like you know, sometimes you can't, like a lot of people wanna judge the past first, the present now. You can't do that because the kids in the ways that you got to get to those kids levels is different. Like back then, our dads was in the band. Our dads play sports. Half of these kids, they don't know what a band look. They can't tell you how a band field trip look.
You're right. You're right about that, bro. And that's another thing. You know, it's not like it was before. Like our parents, once you start something, they're not gonna let you quit. They wasn't raising no quitters. You know what I'm saying? Back in our generation, we wasn't raising no quitters. So once you start band, you're gonna finish band. I don't give a hell how mad you is. You're gonna finish this season. Once you started, you're gonna finish. Now we have parents saying, "Oh, my child got to come home to watch his little brother." We got parents. You know, it's a lot of stuff that we really deal with because we have babies having babies. And I understand that parents have to work and stuff like that, but don't take this away from your child because you have to do something. Your child love the band. Let your child become the best that they could be in the band. Don't leave your child at home stuck with kids that they didn't have. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. I got a question for y'all boys, man. What made y'all want to become a band director?
I'm gonna be honest with you. What made me want to become a band director? They had two cats that went to Reed, dog. Named Javon. I'm pretty sure y'all know Javon and Javon Pull-Out. Javon and JP.
They
Javon
trumpet players.
The trumpet players. You know, them boys really inspired me, dog, because these dudes was running through the Auburn books in the practice rooms, and my freshman year was the senior year. So I'm seeing them. I'm like, man, I won't be like that. And and Javon and JP said they wanted to be band directors. And I'm seeing how fun it is and how much Bonds used to give back to us, and used to do for us. I'm like, man, I won't be a band director because I know I could give back. I know I can help somebody out. Like band saved me. Like I was in the streets before band. Band really saved me. So I feel like, man, I could save people. I could really I could put people in college. I always wanted to have a part of that, like being able to give back and send kids to college. And some of these kids don't have no father, bro. Like some of these kids don't have no father at all. So they look at you as a father figure. So like you gotta, they put me on my game. They help me with my life, I gotta watch what I do, I gotta watch what I say, and stuff like that, because I got kids that actually looking at me, and I really appreciate being able to be a band director. It's the best thing that ever happened to me, bro. Honestly.
In my case, man, like I think what inspired me to be a band director, first I want to shout out my old band director, Kendrick Ford. I think it inspired me to be a band director, but I think a lot of what inspired me more is that I always wanted to put Abramson on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like when I was in high school, I felt like Abramson didn't get the due respect that they should have gotten, because we didn't have legacies like the Kennedys, like the Reeds. We didn't have legacy when it came down to band like that. So in my 4 years, that was like my 4 years, especially my last 2 years, were like the best years Abe ever had for his band wise.
Mm-hmm.
So I always had because I always used to hear people I used to hear people be talking so much stuff, bro. And it wasn't like, man, you went to A, man, you can't, you was this, that, and other, dog. And I was burning the shit out of some of these cats. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I always I don't hide behind my school. Like I'm my own man. You know what I'm saying? Because once you go to Southern University, it's not about what school you come from. It's about you being able to be at Southern University and last. So at the end of the day, I didn't need no school. I didn't need to be saying, okay, I came from St. Augland. So since I came to St. Augland, I can play. Like they don't want to hear that shit when you go to college. You could come from fucking Cohen. And if you could play, you could play. You know what I'm saying? But I think that really inspired me because I really wanted to come back to Abramson to kind of and I'm not saying it because I'm the band director now, but I really wanted to come back and put Abramson on the map because I always thought, like even when I was in school, I wish Katrina never would have hit because I wish Floyd never would have quit because I always wanted to take over the Floyd band because Floyd had a lot of kids in that band that could read music. Mm-hmm. But if you was to put somebody that was young and hungry in that situation that know what they was doing, Abramson would have been the best band in the city for years, legacy wise. You know what I'm saying? Because they had a lot of people from Abramson that could play because Floyd taught his ass off. But that was one of the things that really encouraged me to be a band director was the motivation from people doubting Abramson and the inspiration from Mr. Kendrick Ford.
All right. So what are y'all looking for in the band student, man?
See,
well, what I'm looking for a well-rounded band student, not just with marching band and concert. I'm also looking for a student that could do brass and jazz, brass band and jazz. Because like I told you, me and Johnny play together and with dealing with that brass band music, bro, it's a totally different ball game from concert and marching band. It's like a totally different, it's a new world. Like when me and Johnny, even though me and Johnny could play the hell out of our instruments, when we first started in brass band, we started late. We started as grown as men. And it was totally new to us. Like it's totally different from marching band. Like we really had to start over because the shit is totally different and you learn so much extra when you're doing brass band also. And like when Johnny won class got brass with Nelson, that really inspired me. Like, man, you can win $10,000 for 3 fucking minutes. You feel me? You win $10,000 for 3 minutes if you win first place. Second place was what, 5,000? Man, dog, that's really like where it's at. And you got some of these kids out here who actually helping their parents pay bills because they're making money off of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't knock concert and marching band. I love all genres of music, but I think that brass band really should be important in somebody's program because that's really like if your kid decide, okay, I don't want to go to college not for me. They still can have something to fall back on. Like if I was to get fired today or tomorrow, I still could just play my horn and still be able to pay my bills, still be able to take care of my kids, still be able to help other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I really think brass should be very important.
That's a good feeling too, man.
Man, it's awesome, man. I got kids. I got a kid at Carr right now. He was with me at Eisenhower a few years ago. He went to Carr his 9th grade year. He didn't march. He marched his 10th grade year. And the next thing you know, he's playing with Hot 8 brass band, playing with all of he's making his bread. And he went there, he marched his 10th grade year, 11th grade year, he got section leader on trombone, at Carr. So, you know, like it's real like refreshing to see that student that you played a big part of their life, and he supposed to be coming fishing with me tomorrow. You know, I keep in contact with my students. Even though I'm not teaching them, I still keep in contact with them. And I think Chalupa did a very good job with them. That's why I'm sending this trombone player to Abe, because I think Johnny will do a real good job with him, and he loved Abe. I never try to talk a child out of going where they want to go, because I want their heart to be fully into it. So if you want to go to Abe, I'm going to get you into Abe. So I talked to Mr. Van Buren, and Mr. Van Buren made it happen, bro. He made it happen. So I really think that overall, I think a all-rounded student is what I'm looking for, that could do everything.
All right. Johnny, it's on you, man.
Hey, bro, before I say my answer, I'm looking in your comments. Byron Washington, who said band directors don't get along? I just need to know. So, baby, I want you to elaborate more on your question about who said band directors don't get along. Because sometimes
I could speak on that. I could speak on that. The band directors, it might seem like band directors don't get along, but when band directors see each other, it's much respect. You know what I'm saying? When we see each other, it's much respect. It ain't, we might talk shit. A lot of people get talking shit confused with we don't like each other.
Right.
A lot of people get that shit twisted, and like I'm here to nip that shit in the bud. Like I just Byron is a assistant band director at Booker T. He's assistant band director at Booker T. Me and Byron just went fishing the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's all love, but some people don't know how to say shit. You know, like some people, by the way they say the shit, it might come off as we don't like each other.
Right,
but,
come out the wrong way.
Yeah, it come out the wrong way. But at the end of the day, dog, it's all love. Like the other day, I went live in a New Orleans band group, and I was telling them that we could start teaching these kids virtually. You know, you'll be surprised how many band directors hit me in the inbox with their email, so we can start teaching these kids virtually. Because I've been doing it the last 3 weeks. Today was my last day with summer band for Schaumburg over Zoom. Just like we on Zoom now. This is exactly how I was teaching my kids for the summer. Shout out to Twice, you know, Brandon UL, that's my assistant. Y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all done heard of Twice before. That tuba player that was at Carver all them years before Katrina. So that's my assistant. And man, when I tell you, man, like all the band directors came together and they want to do it. Like we really about to do this together, which is perfect, dog. Like we might sit there and talk shit to each other, dog, but at the end of the day, it's really our respect. It's respect and love. Some people don't know how to talk, but at the end of the day, all of us really like, we cool with each other. It ain't no love lost. When we see each other, it's all love, you know, we dap each other off, hug each other, you know, because at the end of the day, we role model. What we do, the students gonna do. Like if the students see us disrespecting each other, you know, what you think they're gonna do? They're gonna be like, Mr. Brandon, you sad. You know, if they hear a band director saying that, Mr. Brandon, you sad, you garbage. Oh, renew garbage. You know, if they hear a band director saying that, that's what I expect for them to say. Because that's who they're looking at. You did? So we can nip that in the bud right now with New Orleans band directors don't get along. Are we on one page? No, we're not on one page. But do we get along? Yes, we get along.
All right. Johnny, what you got to say, bro?
About what you want me to answer the first question that with Brandon to.
So you got the first question, man, because Byron got two questions really. But yeah, you guys are the first one.
What's the first question?
He was like,
we talking about Byron question.
Yeah. About they bashing other band directors.
Well, that do happen. I ain't gonna lie. That do happen, but it ain't been happening in a minute. You know what I'm saying? It ain't been happening in a minute because I think that respect factor kicked in.
Well, like, I know right now, because you know we do our show, and a lot of people were saying that Yeah, he like Van Buren was throwing shades at this band director, this band director. It's not that somebody throw shades, it's just that like that is a show. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a show. So at some point, controversy had to be in a show.
Yeah.
So that just because I say I might be like a lot of the time, especially with me, I kind of would be joking about some things. But sometimes some stuff that I say, I really do feel that way about certain people. You know what I'm saying? Because some certain people say shit about Johnnie Van Buren. You know what I'm saying? And if Ricky could contest to this, if you know who I am, like I'm not that type that I'm just gonna let you tell me anything. But when it comes down to like band directors, like we all get along. But you gotta also remember, being a band director is like being a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants to be at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you like the one thing I like about Mike Tyson is that sometimes Mike Tyson won battles, he won fights because somebody was intimidated by him, not because he was the better fighter.
Right.
Most of the time when Floyd Mayweather fights, he talks a lot. You know what I'm saying? Before the fight. A lot of the times band directors get along. They talk stuff to each other. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they really get along. You know what I'm saying? Like people think people think like me and Lo don't get along, but me and Lo really get. So I just got off the phone with Lo not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta also understand, man. Like I'm not the youngest people no more. I'm like in the mid for his band directors, as far as age range. So man, it's time for me to start. I have to start going at some of these dudes like Wilbur Rollins, and if I want to be, and I should have want to be better than Wilbur Rollins. You know what I'm saying? That's some hard shit. You know what I'm saying? It's some hard shit, but I should want to be better. So when I call out Landry Walker, be like, hey, they did this, that, and the other. All of this shit, all of it is like, you know, you went to Southern University, all that shit is mental shit. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, but band directors really get along. If I call Will right now, I'd be like, Will, I need this, that, and the other. He's gonna get that to me. If he called me, vice versa. Look, V, I need you to do this, that, and the other. I'm gonna do it for him. You know what I'm saying? So we get along. You know what I'm saying? It's of course, and sometimes is I don't know. I think sometimes when people say bashing, let's not say bashing. Let's say people just ribbing.
Yeah.
People agree to disagree a lot.
Yeah, like I mean, when you say bashing, I don't think nobody just bash somebody's program. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's like your program sad. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel. Your program sad. It's not bashing. That's just the way I feel. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So Byron said in the NOLA band head group, directors are always going their kids next, and kids are in the group. So how y'all feel about that?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like it at all because like when the kids see you in the streets, like them kids really like you could tell what kids respect you and what kids really like don't because the band director don't respect you. And that shit rub off on the kids, dog, and I really don't like it at all. And I feel like it's unfair to the kids and the band director, dog. When you do shit like that all that do is cause for kids not to respect all adults. And one thing about it, when we was coming up, we was taught to respect an adult no matter who you are. We was taught to respect all adults. And that's what's missing in this new generation, respect. You don't respect who you want. You're supposed to respect all adults. You know what I'm saying?
Brandon, can I say this? He was talking about in a group. Some of these things that you're saying is actually problems that adults have, bro. Because actuality, adults shouldn't even be in the same circle. I mean, a kid should be in the same circle as an adult. So when you allow a kid to be in the same circle as an adult, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Kid that he's on the same level as an adult. And in this generation, we have is a big problem that we put kids on the same level as adults. And then when a kid wants to be an adult and you have to handle them like an adult, then you get in trouble because this kid already think they're an adult. And that's not the case. A child needs to stay. Let me tell you something. I was always told you was not an adult till you walk across that stage in high school. That's what I was always told. You stood in a child's place until you made 18 or you walk across that stage. Besides that, you're a child. In this generation, we don't have that no more. So we put kids in circles. We'll say stuff, and we'll be talking, and the kid could be right there, and the kid laughing. You know the kid right there. You ain't telling the kid like, look, this is grown people talk. Get out of our conversation. Some people actually have conversation with kids about bands, about band directors. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you
true.
have to put kids in their place, and I see this a lot. And it's not just band directors. It's the whole. Let me tell you. I'm gonna give you one problem I have. Every kid should call their teacher Mr. or Mrs.
That's true.
Or coach.
That's true.
Or coach or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We in this society we have come to, well, and I don't want to get into it. If I go that way, I don't want. Let me say this. I don't want to say that, but it's we trying to be too cool with the kids. At the end of the day, I'm Mr. Van Buren. I had kids say, look, hey Van Buren. No, I am Mr. Van Buren. Still to this day, I call Mr. Ford Mr. Ford. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna call him Kendrick. I'm gonna call him Mr. Ford. Like kids now, when you like, if I like Ricky, if I'm a child and I be like, what's up, Ricky? Like even in church, dog. Let's be real. I don't know if y'all go to church, but everybody was brother and sister. Brother Ricky, brother D, brother Brandon. That was respect levels that was given. Now there's no respect levels that are given, so kids don't even know what respect is. But I'd be damned if you say Van Buren, I'm gonna say I am Mr. Van Buren, and I wouldn't even answer a kid. A kid could ask me a question during a test and call me Van Buren, and I would never answer them. And if they get that motherfucking question wrong, that's all on them because you're supposed to respect me at the end of the day. And that's the thing. That's the problem. We put these kids on our level.
That's what it's all about. Respect at the end of the day, man. All right,
yeah, man. And that's what needs to be brought back, man. Respect. Once respect is brought back, I think New Orleans will get a whole different respect than what we have now. I know everybody respects New Orleans bands, but we'll get a new respect once they figure out that everybody should respect each other, man. Like I'm not a fan of kids being in the room with adults, you know, and we going at each other's throats and stuff like that, man. That's not cool at all, because all that's doing is gonna have these kids going at each other's throats and going at the band director's throats, you know, because when I was in school, you couldn't tell me a goddamn thing about Miguel, you know what I'm saying, about Mr. Bonds. You couldn't tell me nothing about Mr. Bonds at all, because I'm coming head first behind my band director, because that was my band director. You feel me? So Bonds never sat there and talked about other band directors like that, though. Ever. And that's a part of the reason why Reed was successful, because we really never worried about other band directors and stuff like that. We was just us. We was just doing us at Reed. You feel me? And Byron be having some good facts, you know, and I fuck with Byron along with, I fuck with all band directors, dog. I love y'all boys. I love the students. I appreciate you for having me on here today, bro. I've been looking at you a minute now, bro. And you doing your thing, dog. Just keep doing your thing too, bro.
I appreciate that, man. And next question for y'all, man. Who would y'all say are y'all biggest influencers as far as in the band world?
My biggest influence is Mr. Rollins Jr. Mr. Rollins Jr. Why? Because Mr. Rollins put together bands. He also has his own school in Paris. You know, like, what band director you know could say that?
Right.
They have their own school in Paris, bro. Like, it's a lot of them. Michael Johnson, Johnnie Van Buren. I got Chalupa and Carl. You know, Kenny Collins especially. I love Kenny Collins, bro. Javon Pollard. It's a lot of them, man. Like, but my top one is Wilbur Rollins Jr., brother. Wilbur Rollins Jr., the GOAT.
Shout out to Wilbur Rollins, man. Shout out to both the Rollins bros, man. All right, Johnny, what's up, man?
My biggest influence when it comes down to being a band director is Mr. Lester Wilson. A lot of people don't know Mr. Lester Wilson. Mr. Lester Wilson was the band director at Kid Renaissance last year before Barrett took over. Mr. Lester Wilson, when I started in this game, I was his assistant 3 years at Xavier Prep. I learned so much about being a band director, good and bad, under Mr. Lester Wilson. Mr. Lester Wilson is actually one of the person who really started introducing me to jazz music. The one thing that let me tell you something. Working at an all girls school really helped me out a lot. Like a lot of people don't know like how when you have girls, like how you supposed to, as a male, how you supposed to do things. Like if you never be in a room by, like Wilson taught me all this stuff. You never be in a room by yourself with a female. Make sure if you're in it, like if you in there, make sure somebody else is in there with you. Like this is things that you need to know as a teacher. He taught me that by being at an all girls school. You know what I'm saying? So and he taught me, like, I don't know, a lot of people don't know Mr. Wilson, but he's a hell of a teacher. A hell of a teacher. Let me tell you how much a hell of a teacher he is. Mr. Wilson currently I think Kelley has left, but at one point he had the baritone section leader at Texas Southern that came under his wing, and the baritone section leader that came under Southern was under his wing. Mr. Wilson really teach kids like how to play. He was my biggest influence. Of course, my band director, Mr. Ford, was a big influence on me. I developed a lot of different things from Mr. Ford. That concert band aspect and the importance of concert band was under Mr. Ford. And I can say that where I learned what I wanted to emulate Mr. Wilbur Rollins. I want to emulate him, especially him being at Carver. That band really made me. If you really think about Abe kind of like resembles that Carver band in that era, like the early 2000s.
Okay, man. What would y'all say was y'all best arrangement for y'all band
this year?
Overall, you know.
The best arrangement for our band was written by Mr. James Jones, who is slept on as an arranger. Mm-hmm. He's very slept on. A lot of people talk. He has perfect pitch also. Mm-hmm. What's In Your Arms Tonight by Abramson play In Your Arms Tonight. Mm-hmm. If you really go listen to that song, the musicality, and listen to that song, there's so many moving parts in that song. In Your Arms Tonight. Go listen to that song that Abramson play, In Your Arms Tonight. That was our best arrangement this year.
Right.
Well, for me, when I was at Sci Tech, it was I Think It's Love. It was such an arrangement, but we dumped it down to fit our band. I Think It's Love was the best arrangement that we played at Sci Tech this year.
Okay. So what obstacles did y'all have to overcome when y'all took over y'all band programs?
Well, with me, by me getting to Schaumburg had a band director that was there before me, and he quit right before parade season. So when I get there, I had about 10 students that came to practice that first week. But when they heard those 10 students that I was working with, my band ended up jumping to about 55 for parade season. Mm-hmm. So I had obstacles to go through because a lot of these band directors, a lot of these kids was in love with the band director, who's actually the band director at Reed now. His name is Melvin Williams. A lot of parents and stuff love this man. So like, you know, if he wasn't there, they didn't want their child in there until they understood my focus. And when they saw what I was able to do, they put their children back in the band. So my band ended up jumping to 55, 60 people within a week. Mm-hmm. So that was the obstacle I had to come over at first.
I think the obstacles I had to come over when I first went to A was like the administration didn't understand what band was and how band looked. So I had run into some obstacles. I had some kind of interaction, some negative interaction with people in order to achieve the goal that I wanted to achieve. Sometimes when people have positions, like when I got to Abe, they had somebody that was over like after school activities and stuff like that. So when people have positions and like, you know, they want to do their job, and I'm like, look, let me do me, and I'm gonna make you look good. You feel what I'm saying? But you gotta let me do me. I don't need you micromanaging me and all that stuff. So that was one of the problems I had. But like when they saw what was going on, man, I ain't like that was it. You know, I got any kind of starting getting things that I really needed, and but sometimes like one thing when I could tell you this, like sometimes as leaders, sometimes you have to, if you hire a person, you have to let them do them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you always have to watch a person, but you let them do them because you wouldn't hire this person if you ain't see nothing in them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my mentality going into it. But first, and look, at the end of the day, like all y'all, like this my home. Like I have to succeed. So I'm not gonna let you make my job harder. In so many words. So if it's a like we have difficult conversations that I have to have with a person, they teach. We have PDs on this all some of this difficult conversation and all that stuff. If this is a difficult conversation I have to have with you because you making my job harder, then I need to have that conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, that was one of the biggest obstacles, just them, like the people in charge learning what band was and what band looks like. And once they saw it, that was it.
Okay. So, man, what would y'all say is some of the best advice that y'all ever got, and who gave y'all that advice?
The best advice I ever got, bro, I'll be real with you, was from one of my principals at Nelson, Ms. Deidre Bradley. One day she pulled me in her office, and I ain't really understand. You know, I was just doing my job and everything, and she was telling me like I never was like really impressed with everything, and she kind of told me how much money was in the bank, like for the band, and I was like, I didn't even know that. You know, I was just doing my job. But to make a long story short, one thing she told me was, man, know your work. Like know your work. Like in this band directing game, you gotta know your work. You know, you gotta understand that you work hard to be where you at. So don't let nobody say you cheap for who you are. Like understand your work. Like I've been in this game shit since I say 06, like a long time. I feel like counting it. I guess 14 years. But understand your work. Like, so even if I was to leave a job, like understand my work. Like you're not gonna make me do all of these things, and I'm not, you know, I can't be able to feed my family. You know what I'm saying? Like understand your work. Like them words that she gave me really helped me a lot. Because sometimes as a young band director, they make you do all kind of stuff and you don't know no better because you just young, you're trying to prove yourself, you're trying to get your feet wet. But at the end of the day, understand your work. Don't sell yourself cheap. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them say, all right, we're gonna let you teach music. And then all of a sudden, oh, well, we want you to teach this class also. Sometimes as a young band director, you be like, all right, I'm gonna do it because I want to prove myself, this, that, and other. But you came to teach music. You ain't come to teach nothing else but music. Like you don't have to like, and they will do that because that mean I'm gonna give you like $5,000 extra to teach this. Because that means that's an extra teacher they don't have to hire.
Right.
So you understand your work. Like you don't sell yourself cheap, man. Whatever you came to this job to do, you do it to the best of your ability. Because people they'll try to get you to do all kind of stuff and you let them.
All right, Brandon, it's on you, bro.
Brandon.
Got his mic muted. Say, Brandon, unmute your mic, bro.
My bad, bro. But my word of encouragement came from Wilbur Rollins Jr. and Kenny Collins, man. Also, I got to keep it real. Barrow too. Barrow was a big inspiration to what I'm doing too. What Rollins told me changed my life. Rollins said, Brandon, I've been watching you since you was at Reed. I always wanted you to come to Carver, and I know that you're gonna be a great band director. You know what I'm saying? For me to hear that from Rollins, that really changed my life. And Kenny Collins was like, man, B, don't worry about everybody talking about it, bro. You the man, bro. You the man. and to hear that from two people that caliber really helped me understand that I'm here for a purpose.
Okay.
You say it too, boy.
See, we got some questions in the comments.
Hey, another thing somebody told me: let your work speak for yourself. Let your work speak for you. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the time, a lot of people get me misconstrued because like I do have like a little loud mouth, but I be, bro, it's just all fun, bro. I love fun, dog. Like, bro, ain't nothing like having fun. Like you gotta have fun in what you do. Like if not, man, I was standing up there being bored. Like I'd be bored. Like you know what? That's not how the old band directors. We not the old band directors. Like you know what I'm saying? The old band directors, you don't know what they would have did if social media was here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, man, like let's say let your work speak for you. But I just like to, I don't know, I just like this stuff is fun to me. Like when I'm in a band battle, at the end of the day, I just be looking at my kids like, man, I'm just so proud of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like a dad that just want to talk like that's at a football game that want to say, damn, that's my son. Make that touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to say, these my kids, they good. That's what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that also encourage the kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this, like, damn, this man believe in me. You know, some of these kids don't have no daddy to tell them like they believe in them. Mm-hmm. So like at any point, the more motivation and the more confidence you build in a kid, the better they could become in life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We don't really motivate and give kids confidence no more. All we do is we fuss at them. But man, I fuss at my kids all like during practice and everything. But when it's time to perform, I rarely even fuss at them. Like I'm encouraging them like, yeah, this what when you practice hard, this is what happens. This is what happens. You get in battles, you start moving up the chain ladder. Like you being considered as one of the top schools in the city. Like, you know, this is what you do. That's why I continually motivate. And they're like, man, yeah, Mr. V be having our back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might have your back all your life. So when you go to college and you know that you go have that crazy man, Mr. V saying, get up, go to class because I believe in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, Johnny, bro, speaking of your band, man, where is your UFO section going for college, man? Because them dudes on another level, bro. Man, what you was feeding them dudes, bro?
Okay, bro, let me tell you something about those cats, man. Like, let me tell you this. I got a lot of slack for my baritone section because there was like the people like they overpowering they overpowering the band and this, that, and other. And I used to be like, okay, like that's cool. But nobody would be talking about those cats. Like them cats been on the horn for a long time, man. Like, and like Jason, like Devion and Jason, Jason, Clintrell been with me at Nelson since like the 5th grade. You know, Clintrell actually started on trombone, and all three of them going to Southern. All three of them going to Southern University. I think Devion going to Southern. All three of those cats going to Southern University. And the other one, Nate, I think he's decided. I don't know if he's going to play music in college, but I think he might be going to Talladega. I don't know. But those kids been on the horn, man, for like, and they've been together for like since the 5th grade. So they have gel with each other. And the crazy thing, at one point I had, and when it was 10th graders, I had all my baritones that was from Nelson. That was like in that class, like Brandon Larrier, but he moved to Slidell and moved to Selman. And like that's the crazy thing. Like I have lost kids from moving. Because I had another kid named Thaddeus. He was a freshman. He came from Alta Ash. He was like one of the like best baritone players coming out of the middle school. And he was with us last, like not in 2019, 2018, 2019. But then his mom, he was supposed to be my section. He was going to be the next Jason, like coming up being the next GOAT, like on baritone for me. But his mom moved to Atlanta this year. So the baritone section really could have even been worse this year, but I lost kids. You know, the East is not what it was. You know, you lose kids because parents be ready to move out the East, be ready to move out of New Orleans. And I had to face that reality on that things. But Jason going to Southern, Devion going to Southern, and Clintrell going to Southern. I don't think all of them go play baritone. I think some might be going to trombone. Because Devion could play French horn and mellophone and baritone. So I don't know if all of them gonna play baritone.
Okay, man. It's a question for both, man. what's that one school that y'all haven't seen yet that y'all want to see? It could be in the state, out of the state, wherever. Who y'all want to see that y'all haven't saw yet?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna go first because I want to get this out the way. The band that I want to see, because I just saw a post on Facebook and I think it was related to me. But the band that I want to see is Sarah T. Reed. And a lot of people like, man, you shouldn't like stoop to their level. It's the thing about it is like rivalries are rivalries. Like to march in the East, I just want to have that first game where I get that experience. To march from my state, my school to Joe Brown Stadium, to know that Sarah T. Reed is on the other side in New Orleans East on a Friday night, 7 p.m. You got the whole East, the Goose, the Gap, the Checkerboard, the Bunker Hill, the Catwalk, East Show, Miss You. You got all these cats at this game. Security is heavy. Security is heavy. To experience, to get that experience as a band director, being an alumni from Abe, understanding the rivalry between Abe and Reed, understanding the after party that's gonna happen, like understanding all that type of stuff. That is the band, and let me say maybe the game that I can't wait to happen. You know what I'm saying? And Brandon Kelley is gonna be over there, like, and I know what people say, but it's bigger. That game that is bigger than what people know. You know what I'm saying? Like I marched 4 years, and for the Abe and Reed game, that was our biggest crowd, our like biggest moments. You know what I'm saying? Like the best fun I ever had was at an Abe and Reed game. So just to get that atmosphere back, like get these kids to realize your rivalry, because like right now, man, hey, I don't know who our rival is. Like rivalry is good for your school.
Right.
It builds pride. Like it really builds pride. But right now I can't be like, all right, so we play Kennedy, you know, but Kennedy really not a rival, but Sarah T. Reed, that is like a rivalry. So that is the game. Like I really can't, like as a band director, as an alumni, I can't wait for just to see so many people that I've seen since high school. Like that's the game I can't wait for.
And what I can't wait for, I can't wait to see Carver, you know, because it'll be Reed and Carver. And I do want to see Abe too, but I really want to see Carver against us. Carver, you know, back Carver back CU. I love for Reed to come back and be able to go back at it with Carver again. I would love it.
Okay. Man, so with all this, you know, coronavirus stuff going on, man, what's some words of encouragement y'all would like to give to y'all band kids?
Man, keep practicing.
Don't give up, man. Keep practicing. Don't give up. I'm pretty sure the corona gonna leave one day. Just don't give up. Just keep practicing, man. Hang in there. It's coming.
I think, and see the thing about kids is, man, I know a lot of them kids been on the game all day. Like, I can tell you to keep practicing, but if you never do it, that's on you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times band directors get a lot of slack because kids can't play. Right. Like, this is the ample amount of time, like a kid have ample amount of time to at least, if a kid would have been practicing 30 minutes since the coronavirus every day, you know how much better it would have been?
A whole lot better.
But they're not going to do that. You know, we live in that world where they're not going to do it. Like, but I would tell them to continue to practice and like, you know, because, you know, if you want to play in college, you got to know shit. You got to know your scales. You got to know your stuff. Like, but you know how kids is, man. You got too many distractions, man.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. So this segment of the show, man, it's called Get It Off Your Chest, man, where y'all could get whatever y'all want off y'all chest, whether it's band related, anything, man. So, yeah, get it off y'all chest.
You want to go first, Johnny?
Shit, I don't really have nothing to get out. You know, I talk whatever I got to say.
Johnny, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still. So let me say this, bro. Let me say this too. Let me put this out here, bro. I had another interview. a lot of people, me as a band director, a lot of people don't understand, like, no, I didn't have the traditional band, like being in school, I didn't have the traditional route like a lot of cats, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't the goody two, like I wasn't a good, like in college, I used to get in trouble. Ricky will tell you that. I used to get in trouble, like trouble. So, like, I was looked at differently than, like, I didn't come up like a lot of band directors. So, like, my journey was different from a lot of band directors. Also, man, a lot of people don't know this, man. I know B. Kelley know this, but like, besides my band, I have a grass cutting business. You know what I'm saying? Like, and early in the morning, I have to get up and go cut some yards because, you know, you hire people, but they can't do the goddamn job right. How you put customers and all that stuff. So, like, you know, I am a businessman. You know what I'm saying? So, man, when you say get something, I really don't. So, the only thing I would like to get out of my chest is I think a lot of people don't know me. So you only judge me off of what you may see. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really understand me, like, yeah, I'm arrogant. I'm very confident. Like, that's a part of who I am. Like, but you got to realize where I come from. I was told I wasn't going to be shit in life. So I'm confident that I am like something. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was told by some of my family, like, this, boy, you going to end up in jail. You're going to end up dead. Like people told me this. So I should be confident in anything that I do because I could be dead or in jail. So I feel like when I say that, damn, Abe good and I'm the band director, like, I don't have a problem with saying that because I could be dead or in jail. I am a Black African-American man that's doing something positive for the community. So I should be able to brag on what I'm doing and also bragging on my kids' success because I really shouldn't even be right here. You feel what I'm saying? Because because what was told to me was I wasn't gonna be shit. I was gonna be either dead or in jail. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of the times, bro, what I want to get off my chest is like what you see, like you see somebody that has overcome a lot in his life, a lot of adversity in his life. And me saying that is like that adversity that I use this band stuff as my expression to let people know that, yeah, Abramson is this, that, and the other, you know. It's not all my work that why Abramson is that. I have some good ass assistants. Mr. Philip Johnson, Mr. James Jones, Johnny Thomas, and Mr. Abdul Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? I have some good ass assistants, man. And they dudes put in work, man. And the crazy thing is, at some point, all those dudes went to Abramson. At one point, all them dudes went to Abramson. So I would know a lot of people be thinking certain things about me, but if you really want to get a chance to know me, like, you got to understand where I came from. Like, so, and like, I grew up, and let me say this too. I played saxophone. Like, people don't understand. When you play saxophone, motherfucker tell you all day, nigga think you're a bitch ass nigga. I can say that on here.
Yeah, go ahead, bro, go ahead.
Because you play saxophone. I was a different breed. Like, I was really a different breed. Like, people used to be like, man, he plays saxophone. I don't know, made no sense to talk to him. Like, who you talking to? Like at the end of the day, I'm not that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it was just many times me playing saxophone. It was like people always, oh, he played well when we shouldn't even talk to him. I don't care if you don't talk to me, but at the end of the day, like, I'm proud to say that I play saxophone. I make money playing saxophone with this man right here, with Brandon Kelley. But a lot of that stuff, like, it's like a lot of motivation that people just, you know, try to, and like kept stabbing me with a knife. You know what I'm saying? I just use it as
down.
Yeah. So like, I just use it like, I don't know if you saw that Michael Jordan, the Last Dance. Michael Jordan said something that made a lot of sense, bro. And people don't understand that, man. Anything that somebody does can fuel me to be great. I have to have something that somebody do me to use that to motivate me more. Michael Jordan could take the littlest thing. Somebody talking, and remember that Ricky had scored them points on him. He told him, and the Ricky was talking stuff to Jordan. Jordan had a point, like, he really was like, you talking to me? I'm gonna show you better than I could tell you. And that's the mentality. Like, I talk a lot of stuff, but it have not ever been a time that I had talked some stuff that have never backed it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think a lot of people just, instead of judging me on what you think, judge me on what you need to know about me. That's what I need to get out of my chest.
Yeah, I like that. Brandon, it's on you, bro.
All right, so with me, when I first came in the game, a lot of band directors, like middle school band directors at the time, was really sleep on me. So, you know, they'll have band director meetings and shit, and you know, they be having band directors coming back telling me, oh, Brandon don't know what he's doing, and oh, Brandon don't know this and that, until they get around me. And I stay with my fucking horn. So if anybody ever feel like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, nigga, pull your horn out. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I learned from your boy Arthur Ashe, Mr. Thomas. Man, Mr. Thomas, like, that man kept it real. He was like, B, you know your fucking shit. Man, motherfuck them niggas. You know what I'm saying? When he told me that, I've been like that ever since. I've been like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my job. Fuck you. And if you don't like me, fuck you. You know, I don't even bother people like that. I don't bother people like that, dog, to where you don't have that, you don't like me. If you don't like me, that sounds like a personal problem, dog, because I'm doing the same thing that you're doing. And I've been very successful with it, you know, because I done been at both levels. I done been at high school and middle school. So, you know, I done been at both levels. So if you don't like me, fuck you. And if you feel like that if you're ready for me, pull your fucking horn out. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, that's all I'm gonna say. I ain't even about to go into detail because I don't want to ruffle too many feathers. But they got some people that be talking shit that can't fuck with me. Like, and you know that you can't fuck with me. So why are you talking like you that nigga and you can't fuck with me? You know, like, I play with Johnny all the fucking time. Ask Johnny, could I play the fucking horn? You know what I'm saying? I can play the fuck out of my trombone. And I'm pretty sure everybody know that.
That bitch need a spit.
Everybody know.
He just need a spit valve. That's about it. But he could play it, huh? That bitch be playing this fucking spit. I said one time, motherfucker, I said, damn, bro, you need to spit your spit valve fixed, man. Oh, nigga, you need to put some tape or some shit on the fucking water coming out of the goddamn spit valve. All the gas, nigga playing all the people in the wet. And they're like, what the fuck are they? What falling on me? Bitch, that's Brandon Kelley fucking spit coming out that valve falling on your dumb asses out there. Y'all must
see that one thing about me though. I always play on the horns that's in the worst conditions. So when I do get on a good horn, game over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I play on the horn where my slide be sounding like, you know what I'm saying? So when I do get on a good horn, I'm fucking spitting. You know what I'm saying? I'm spitting.
Literally, too. Literally spitting.
Yeah. So, like, dog, like, a lot of band directors are real cool, dog. And I love the New Orleans culture, and I love it where it's going. A lot of people don't like where it's going, but I love where it's going because it's going to be better than what it was before Katrina. It's going to be better because you actually have students starting real young, actually playing the shit out the horn right now. So it's gonna be better than what it was. Anybody got any questions in the comments, bro?
Say, Brandon, let me say this too. I want to give some advice because this always been on my heart, bro. To like some younger band directors, and I see this a lot, bro. Sometimes I see some like people get under like people, and they don't grow. Like some of the people that you think might help you not go always help you. Bro,
That's true.
I have learned so much from so many different like band directors, and I have also learned that some band directors don't want you to know shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm saying that because just because you think some people are some, as we call them, the great band directors, sometimes those band directors not go tell you all the tricks and trades. That's why when I talk about Mr. Lester Wilson, a lot of people don't consider Mr. Lester Wilson as a great a great band director, but that dude is a great individual. Like Mr. Lester Wilson have gave me so much knowledge when it comes down to band. Dog, you talking about 40 years of knowledge of band. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know who else? You know who else like that?
Who?
That dude Frank Lewis, dog. That's at Bonneville.
Yeah.
Man, say brother, dude could do a field show. I'm talking about he could draw out a field show like right then and there. He could draw out a field show, and he could do concert band so good. Like all his concerts was very good. Dude is very slept on. Shout out to Frank Lewis for giving me a chance to deal with high school.
And I'm gonna tell you this, bro. They got a cat that he don't have a marching band, but he's one of the best, bro. He may be the best teacher in the city of New Orleans right now. And his name is Mr. Key Hart. Mr. Key Hart is the band director at Kip Believe. Mr. Key Hart is a hell of a teacher. He has so much knowledge on anything dealing with music. You know what I'm saying? And some of his techniques I have taken, especially when it comes down to preparing kids as far as their tone quality. Like it's a process. He has taught me that it's a process to get a kid to like really get a full sound out of the instrument. Mm-hmm. Like he's one of the best that you probably would never hear about, Mr. Key Hart. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people not gonna be trying to see this now because they, he ain't in the scene like some people think. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they got some dudes out here that got some knowledge. Ricky is not a band director, but you can learn something from fucking Ricky.
Right.
Hey, that's like your boy, man, Burger Brooks. Burger Brooks not a band director, dog, but you can learn a lot from Burger Brooks, dog. That man is very knowledgeable about marching band. He's very knowledgeable, and I respect Burger, dog. Mm-hmm. A lot of cats really like they got a problem with people that be on the Crucial Conflict, but a lot of those cats really knowledgeable about music. Mm-hmm. And I respect those cats, though. Like I fuck with Burger the long way, even though that's not like I don't be with Burger in the streets and shit. But as far as like band shit, I respect Burger, and when I see him in the streets, it's all love, dog. Mm-hmm. And another person I'm gonna name two more people that's very slept on, dog. Lonzy and Kenneth. Yeah. Lonzy and Kenneth. Say, bro, these dudes are slept on so bad. And your boy not Alice Hart, him too. I like Josh and Alice Hart, but your boy that's at Booker T, man. Michael Johnson, son. No, this man be at the band clinics in the Southwest and the Midwest and all that. You feel me? Like, dog, people really need to give respect when it's due and credit when it's due. Lonzy band sounds like the fucking radio.
That's facts.
Yeah. Lonzy band sounds like the radio. Like you can hear his saxophone to his tuba. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody overpowering nothing. Everything really sounds like the radio. Like he went in the studio and just adjusted all the sounds to where it sounds the same. Mm-hmm. He got the 3-part harmony on the trombone, his melodies, and he write all his own music to fit his program, dog. And Kenneth is gonna be the GOAT soon. Mm-hmm. Kenneth gonna be the GOAT, dog. Mm-hmm. Y'all gotta stop sleeping on people like that, bro. I
think Kenneth gonna be on a college level soon.
That's what I'm saying, dog. And shout out to Eric French, dog. Eric French is the fucking man. Shout out to Eric French. Shout out to Barrel. Shout out to all the band directors that's working, dog. Like for real, dog. Shout out to all y'all fellas, dog. I love y'all boys, man. And the lady at Eastern, you hear me, Miss Asia. Shout out to her too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Feel me? I fuck with everybody, dog. It's all love coming from B. Kelley. It's all love.
Straight up, man. Man, this was a great interview, man. Ricky, I'm do your mic, bro. Can nobody hear you?
Can I say one thing right quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Hey, look, man, I just want to promote Crucial Conflict show, man, on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Crucial Conflict, man. You can get it on I don't know what it is, YouTube channel. I don't know the YouTube channel. It might be Crucial Conflict YouTube channel.
Mhm.
Also on Facebook, go to the Crucial Conflict page, like the page, man. Say, bro, yesterday's show was off the chain, man. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like it was
Yes, bro. Knowledge was
Yeah.
dropped.
it was knowledge and this.
man.
Hey, let me tell you something. You go with the initial, you go get knowledge, controversy, and laughter all day.
Yep.
Call it the new soap opera band.
Hey, bro, you know what's so funny though? Like a lot of people took it out of context when Johnny posted that Reed video, son. I was fucking laughing, dog, because that shit was funny. Like me and Johnny like brothers, dog. Like I tell you, dog, me and Johnny talk down there every other day, bro. So like I said, a lot of these niggas need hugs, dog. A lot of y'all niggas need hugs out here. Y'all niggas take everything too serious. I fuck with Johnny, dog. Like, and for him posting that video, Johnny better fucking watch out this year coming up. If we have a season, I'm coming for your ass with Reed, Johnny.
This is my not worried look.
What'd you say, Johnny?
This is my not worried look.
That boy Johnny said he ain't worried about nothing, bro.
Hey,
That's
I'm
cool.
gonna say this, fellas. Like a lot of people goes to band parades. A lot of people go to football games. A lot of people goes to football games, parades, battle bands, and they have a biased ear. My ear is not biased. If you're not the best band and you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. And like man, being in the city of New Orleans, I stayed down there 22 months. Went to Delgado. Listen, y'all. I used to get out of class. I used to have a weekly round. I used to go to certain schools, sit outside, and listen to them practice. And when you inside, the main problem in the city of New Orleans and anywhere in the world, you have to teach music at a level to where the kids can hear the balance. If you can't hear yourself making mistakes, something is outpowering you. Like you got to understand that. For me, when I see Johnny band or anybody band that's baritone heavy, tone them down. I want to hear Bruno Mars. I'm not paying to see the hooligans on stage. I'm paying to see Bruno Mars, which is them trumpets.
So let me ask you this. Let me say this since you want to say that. You saying you never heard the Melody and Abe songs?
No. No.
If you notice, the baritones have a lot of the melody in a lot of the songs we play.
But Johnny, listen though. Listen what I'm saying. Like, it's a difference teaching. Like, a lot of people want to rush to teach the aggressiveness. A lot of people don't want to teach the music and say, like, for example, let me go right here. For example, let me turn my camera around. Let y'all see it.
Just share the screen. Oh, you know. Boy, that fucking arraignment poo.
Hold on. That ain't my shit. Hold on.
Oh, it's a Corral or something?
Yeah, that's Treasure of Scales, dummy.
Oh, I'm about to say that shit. Poo without the arraignment. How you get all the fucking songs? You just stole. You had the jump drive, huh?
Man, that boy got a whole laptop full of songs, man.
I need that.
What?
I need that jump drive.
That's going to whatchamacallit.
I know
like,
sound like you need a new computer taking all fucking day.
No, like say like this song. Let me see.
Man, that boy got a whole laptop full of songs.
Like right now, people get this music.
I need that.
What?
I need that jump drive. Mm-hmm.
I need that jump drive too, Ricky.
Like,
sound like you need a new computer taking off fucking day.
No, I don't need no computer. Like say like this song. Nigga, I got 100 things going on this motherfucker.
Man, what is that?
Like right now.
Who got the feedback, man? What this feedback?
That must be my computer. Cause I'm watching it on my computer and what? Hold on.
Don't you just get the point across?
Johnny, what? Hold on, John. Hold on. Here I go. Johnny, like a lot of people don't want to take the time and teach the dynamics, the crescendo, the accents, the fortissimo, the piano. They don't want to teach the actually where to get loud on a song. Everybody want to teach just come in loud. I want to hear the arrangement. I want to hear the color in the beginning, the build to the climax of the bridge and of the music. And when they come in, I want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
can I ask you a question, Ricky?
Huh?
Can I ask you a question? Because I have this debate a lot. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What is when you hear a New Orleans band? What are you looking for?
The same thing I hear out of everybody else band. Musicianship.
When you hear New Orleans band, what is New Orleans bands known for? When you hear okay, what you saying?
Aggressiveness and being powerful.
Okay.
But listen, you still could be aggressiveness. You still could be aggressive and powerful with clean parts.
That's true.
You still could be aggressive, powerful with clean parts. Like a lot of people rush songs off the band room that don't need to be played. Like Johnny, if I just say for instance, if you call me, I move back to New Orleans tomorrow. Rick, I want you on staff. Okay. Tell me what I need to do. You know, Johnny, I don't want to pass on no music. Tell me what I need to do. Well, Rick, okay. When everybody was getting their stuff together, you were warming up the band. Guess what I'm finna do? I'm gonna warm up the band, and whoever coming up next, I'm gonna have the band prepared for the person that's coming in. You get what I'm saying? Most people don't know how to properly warm up a band. Everybody wants to use concert B flat scale, whole notes, half notes. No, they got other chromatic major and minor scales. Answer this: how many band directors actually at the middle school and high school level teach their actually band class the circle of the fifth?
I do.
Right here. Here.
It ain't that many that do. I'm just saying.
At Sci Tech Academy, we warm up with 6 scales. And that's middle school. We warm up with 6 scales. And the letter A, the concert clinic letter A.
And like man, like a lot of people act, like you asked me, Ricky, what do you expect? I could say this. A lot of people look at like the new band era, they look at bands pre-Katrina, like 0405 when they was coming up through school. I remember New Orleans school. I marched Orpheus 95. I marched the Orpheus parade in 95.
Oh.
Damn, Ricky, you that old dog? How old you is, Ricky, bro?
Man, I made 40 this year, man.
Oh shit. I ain't know that.
Well, a whole cool guy out here.
Hey, making them hoe go meow.
Hey, you gotta get your prostate. You gotta get your prostate checked.
Hey,
they gotta grub that ass.
Johnny,
they gotta grub that ass.
Johnny, Brandon. Look,
yo.
I'm glad he's cracked that joke. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get this off my chest. It's too much shadiness and bitch assness shit that goes on in the band world. Dealing with bands, dealing with camera crews, dealing with everything, dealing with band, too much business. Y'all got to stop underestimating motherfuckers. Cause I'm gonna let you know, the first time a motherfucker get out of line with me, it's gonna be some street shit that gonna go on. It ain't gonna be no talk about why the camera did this or the band did it. It's gonna be some street shit going on.
Look.
And trust me, when I go places, I have that fucking iron on me.
Well, look, Ricky, look, we know it gotta be some street shit because you don't have no sidewalks. We know it gotta be some shit.
Boy, Brandon. The only reason Abe got a nice facility over there is because Paul Martin is next door.
Hey, mean nothing because there was trash when Paul Martin was done before Katrina.
Hey, look. But Johnny, like on the real, man, a lot of people got to stop calling people out their name because they really don't know who that person is or who that person really fuck with.
Definitely true.
You know,
Hey,
like
Ricky,
like-
you right, dog. A lot of that disrespect stuff, you know, like, but when it comes to people like me and Johnny, dog, like, yeah, me and Johnny from the streets, and we'll fucking throw them dogs quick and shit like that. But we really be thinking about how much we have to lose
Man,
Ricky,
over
look,
shit like that.
Ricky know me, dog. Ricky know me.
Huh?
Like Ricky know me.
man,
Ricky
look,
was that struggle.
listen. I'm gonna show you how real I am. I know old boy just lost all his instruments at his school. I posted this on Crucial Conflict. I don't know if you saw it, Johnny.
Probably didn't.
But this jump drive right here
Yeah.
have 260 arrangements. This is going to Wendell at DTA. Also,
No, he not at DTA. He had
James Singleton.
he had James Singleton.
Hold up,
James
dog.
Singleton.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah.
up, dog. Hold up. Man, I'm about to curse you out. I'm not asking for that motherfucking jump drive. You bitch ass go get. Man, give me a fucking jump drive. All of you.
Get it off your
200
chest, Johnny, bro. Get it off your chest, man.
Oh, yeah, Ricky. You want me to be from the street? Cause I'm from the sidewalk.
Bitch, hey, you know what they say, huh? Brandon? Real
What?
niggas be in the streets, bitch ass niggas play by the street lights. So
Hold
their
on.
mama calling they go home. Donnie, it's time. Donnie, Tom and Jerry's on, come in.
Yeah, fuck what you talking about, nigga. Was they gonna catch that ass whipping? You better be out your mind. Remember them old broomsticks with them big ass
Stop locking the door.
Shit, boy, I'm not about to get hit by that, boy. You can call whatever you want, call me.
Hey,
Boy.
but like on behalf of myself, I have a t-shirt company, Creative Thinking Graphics LLC, doing business as, you know, Major Media Network. I will be donating 4 band shirts to James Singleton band program. I'm
Man,
getting
that's
with
beautiful.
him. I talked
That's
to
beautiful.
him. We working on a new design for his band. We're gonna wait till they go to camp, get their sizes, and we're gonna have all that together for him. That's gonna be from me to him. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
you know what you could donate to me? You know what you could donate to me, Ricky?
What you need?
Go ahead on and send me 10 of those fucking songs out that motherfucker, dog.
Hey, that ain't no problem. Just send me your email. Hey, tell me what you want. Listen,
Yeah, I got you.
listen, if I don't have it, I got some arrangers in my circle. I just send it to and they'll write it.
Yep.
But
That's
mine,
what's up.
but mine is here. You got to let me know what's the key points of your band. Like with Johnny. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play a song for y'all that I think I'm gonna play the actual music that Johnny band should have played this year. And I told him to play it. He didn't play it. I'm gonna pull it up. But you know, man, I just want to be. I think in every city.
It's 2020, no dollar.
You know, in every city with high school bands, middle school bands, I think it should be a mass summer transition program to where one, like Johnny, you good on saxophone. You get all the saxophone players at aid for a week or two and go over foundational woodwinds, like teach the woodwinds. Like Brandon, you good with the trombone. You get the middle schools at your school. Do workshops and allow everybody program to grow together, not leave nobody behind.
Hold on, let me say this. Everybody, let me say this. No, let me say this. I don't care what you do. Everybody's not going to be good. It wasn't like that before Katrina anyway. So like that'll never happen. I mean, what I mean is everybody's not going to be good. Not. I should say something I don't think I should have said because I think people.
No, you said it right. Everybody wasn't good.
Say it, bro. Everybody not gonna be good. Go ahead.
And everybody not good. Everybody not good now. Hey, Brandon, he trying to show off, but let him. I got something for him. Play. Listen to this here.
That's the first part.
Let that saxophone get TP. Listen. For the very best of you. Brandon, you listening? Imagine coming up St. Charles.
Hey, what's the name of that, Rick?
This is for the very best of you. Johnny, the aggressiveness you play with, man, you would destroy somebody with that arrangement. Write it. I send it to you. But the thing is though, Johnny, a lot of people don't want to admit. Now I got a question for all band of records. How do you feel when you see your band on tape, like in the middle of a battle? That, like, I done been in band battles before in front of bands, like at battle band. I didn't start shit at battle band that wasn't supposed to be started. If I caught you slipping, that's your fault. That's your fault. But how do you feel when you in the middle of a heated band battle and you go back and listen to do you ever go back and let your band listen to how they actually sound on and be like, listen?
Believe it or not, bro, I'm gonna tell you this. My kids go back and listen to it and they critique themselves, bro. I have been on a bus after a parade. I swear on God. Stuff just get on YouTube so fast.
Oh yeah, it's up after you play the wrong note. It's up there.
I can hear the kids in the back. I almost say that, man, why y'all took that stuff up? Y'all always doing some stuff y'all ain't supposed to do, stupid, you know. I hear them. And I'm like, man, that shit I'm not gonna tell them that because they need to correct themselves sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'll make the adjustment at practice because I know, like, I listen to it. But a lot of the times, like now, when you build a band program that's structured and kids start understanding music, man, they critique themselves, dog. Like kid know when some, like a kid that's been in the music program for a long time, they know when somebody fucks up. Like they know when somebody did some shit that wasn't taught. Because let's get this out the way. A band director can, like, in my era, a band director used to teach. But a lot of the times, niggas did what they wanted to do when it came out battles. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff I did when I was in high school that I wish I never would have done when I was in a battle. Like go ahead.
But then as a band director, if I'm on your staff, Johnny, and you tell me, Ricky, you got the first two songs. If I didn't rehearse that song, like that first song, if I go ready up and go through a song in a battle, and they playing shit that I didn't teach them on the music, doing it on their own, I'm gonna tell you, Johnny, we don't need to battle no more. Let's go back to parade formation. We don't need to battle no more because they're not doing what we taught them that they need to do. Taking shit out of range sounding bad is gonna have us as a staff looking bad. The kids don't get the, huh?
Never mind. Or you go to church.
The kids don't get the blame. The band director get the blame. He over there teaching that kid that shit. You know what I'm saying? We as band heads, like man, like I don't mind sitting down and talking to bands because my main thing was somebody see me, Ricky, you want to talk to the kids? I tell them, you're your only competition. Nobody outside this band uniform is the competition. Once you learn to be great, you're gonna be greater than anybody before you. Nobody is better than Abe. Know why nobody is better than Abe? Because Abe has their own identity. Abe gonna do what Abe gonna do, but you just have to perfect what you are taught at Abe to do when you battling other programs. When you get out of character, just because the other band is jumping around, you don't have to jump around. You get what I'm saying? Long as you do what your identity says you doing and you're taught, you're gonna be yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to cut y'all boys short, man, but
no, I'm ready. I gotta.
Johnny White could have slapped him.
I gotta kind of wrap it up, man. I got this video shoot I'm about to go to, man.
Where you gonna go do that at?
Huh?
Where you gonna do that at?
Man, don't tell them they got sidewalks over there.
Johnny, man, let them live, bro. But yeah, man, I just want to thank y'all for coming on this interview, man.
Bitch.
I appreciate what y'all doing.
Bitch, you still talking shit, bitch?
How much money you got?
Shit, enough, bitch.
That boy got $40, Johnny, bro.
I can pull $40 out the back. I can show you $25 right here. Look.
Man, Ricky, you talk too much. We trying to get the fuck, and you keep talking.
That's $25 on a heat press, motherfucker.
Talk too much.
But yeah, man, like I was saying, man.
Ricky, how much you want for that shirt? How much you want for that Black Lives Matter shirt, baby?
Man, trying to end the show.
I hit you in the inbox, Ricky. I hit you in the inbox, bro.
Man, I appreciate
you for having me, dog.
Ain't no problem, man. I appreciate y'all for even wanting
to.
Man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Go ahead.
Go back, Ricky. Go back right quick. Ricky, go back right quick. Go back to your thing where you were sitting at. Boy, Ricky got one of them. Boy, hold up. Go back, Ricky. No, let me see that. What that is right there.
Johnny, bro, don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
Oh my God, that boy got a whole communion shirt right there, huh?
Hello.
That boy getting ready. His first Sunday this week.
Just down the interstate.
That boy said stupid. I know it was the blood.
Shirt. They got people up.
Man, let's go, man. I'm about to go. Thank you for having me on, bro. You gotta go. That boy just.
All right, bro. Y'all be cool, fella.
Y'all sleeping on DJ's last, and that person said he was on interstate. But I'm gonna go. Let me go, dog. Y'all be cool.
All right, fella.
All right, Rick, bro. I can't hear you.
Where the video shoot?
It's gonna be downtown by the levee. It's Bud doing the video, bro.
Bud?
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna do it with him?
Yeah. I'm shooting.
You gonna record? You shooting it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right,
bro.
Fuck, if you want me to help you, let me know. I'm at the house. I ain't doing shit.
Yeah, all right. You got the camera?
Man, my camera don't record.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It take pictures. The one that was recording, messed up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Damn. All right, bro.